Welcome to South Center's Chat. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back in a minute with our guest today, Arif Rahman. Welcome to this edition of South Center's Chat. My name is Tom Worley. I serve as director of Ohio State University South Centers, a part of the College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences at Piketon, Ohio. And we are integrated with Ohio State University's Extension operation, which is a statewide outreach and education arm of our college. It's my special pleasure today to welcome Arif Rahman. That would be Dr. Arif Rahman, a research scientist in our program of soil, water, and bioenergy resources here at South Centers in Piketon. Welcome, Arif, and maybe we could get started today since you're still relatively new here, although you've been with us about 3 years, but help us with kind of your educational background and the path that you have traveled before you got here to South Centers at Piketon with us.
Thank you, Tom, for your nice introduction. I am Arif Rahman. I'm working as a research scientist. I have joined here 2019, September. Before joining here, I was a research assistant professor at Clarkson University, upstate New York. Before joining to Clarkson University, I was Associate Professor of Chemistry, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh. I did my PhD in Japan in the field of analytical and environmental chemistry. So throughout my research and teaching career, I have been doing a lot of research, especially in the field of health science, crop production, soil science, environmental science. So here at OSU Piketon, I am doing the same thing. So today I am going to discuss with Tom about our tomato production with its health benefit.
Arif, thanks so much. I appreciate that introduction. And you used the word chemistry and chemist 2 or 3 times, and certainly your presence in our laboratory here and being able to do lots of analytical chemistry relative to soil, water, and crop tissue of all parts, the fruits as well as the leaves and so forth, have been a big addition to our program here at South Centers. And you mentioned that you have been involved with a project with our program leader here, Rafiq Islam, that has looked at tomato production, and you've done some trials related to the use of some kind of non-traditional ingredients in tomato production that have some potential benefits on the health side. So I'm very interested in hearing more about your research. I think this is the first year of that project, and that some of the results have come in and others are still tentative, but I really look forward to the overview of your research project here and what you've learned so far and how you went about it.
The project, I have been involved at OSU South Center under the program of Soil, Water, and Bioenergy Resource, where Dr. Rafiq Islam is our program director, and with his help, I have been carrying out research, especially improving tomato fruits quality with cultural management techniques. In this tomato production, we have been using nano iron. So this is one kind of new kind of research where we use nano iron and chelate iron to enhance the quality of tomato, which will help to give a healthy life. If we take this tomato has a tremendous benefit, especially nutrient and antioxidant. The tomato, if we start the benefit of tomato, you can see the tomato juice. Nowadays is a commercialized production everywhere all over the world. Tomato is not only vegetables and fruits, it's also using as a drinks because it has a lot of health benefits because it has iron, it has calcium, it has zinc, it has a copper. These are the essential mineral and nutrients required for our body, our healthy life. That's why it has a tremendous benefit. Tomato is not only just like juice, but also nowadays in commercial production, sparkling drinks all over the world. If you see the Japan is writing here, in Japan, they already commercially produce this kind of drinks, which will give you the extra energy and motivation. Like when you feel tired, this will boost up, just like a amino drinks. See, people has a tremendous innovative idea, like how can we use tomato in our even alcoholic drinks? Like if you see the gene, people are now mixing tomato juice with alcoholic drinks so that they can not only get alcoholic flavor, alcoholic advantage, but also some nutrients, vitamins, and antioxidants. There are a lot of ideas coming from all over the world. See, tomato is also used as a morning tea. If you have a fever, cold, or flu, people use ginger, lemon with tomato juice as well as garlic. So these extract of juice help us to get rid of cold and flu. So people from India, they have already started to drink this kind of tomato juice. There are other lot of uses. For example, tomato soup, vegetables, tomato sauce, and tomato as on the topping pizza, and also tomato as a vegetables. So every day, all over the world, we have been using a huge amount of tomatoes, not only as drinks, vegetables, but also tomato juice. People are making paste to use in their facial treatment. If you see the photos all over the world, people have been starting to use this kind of facial to provide nutrient to our skin, so which will help like to create like fresh skin, like anti-aging chemicals is there. That's why it's very now popular other part of the world, not in the US but other part of the world. So why people used to use tomato? What are the contribution of tomato? Tomato contribute nutrients and also antioxidant. So what are the health benefit by eating of tomato every day? If you look at the slide, you will see the tomato can control blood pressure, is good for heart, make bones stronger, cure constipation and indigestion, manage diabetes, good for vision, prevents urinary tract infection, and good for skin. So why we are talking about tomato and tomatoes? Because we have certain mineral and nutrients required to be healthy, to keep save our life healthy. So those nutrients are calcium, copper, iron, potassium, and magnesium. And the recommended value, if like there are huge requirement per day, you need to take this kind of nutrients and mineral to keep you healthy and safe. Because calcium give you good bones, teeth, and parathyroid gland. It can prevent cardiovascular disease. It will help to create hemoglobin in our body. It will protect against kidney disease, and it reduces our blood pressure. Other nutrients such as manganese, sodium, phosphorus, and zinc has also tremendous health benefit, and that's why FDA, Food and Drug Administration, give a recommendation to take this kind of mineral and nutrients every day. So what we are doing at South Center, we are producing tomato using nano iron and chelate iron with the help of drip irrigation system, because iron is needed for plantation to get chlorophyll for the plant, which will help to produce more and more tomatoes. That's why we use nano iron and chelate iron as a supplement, since soil has also iron. Tomato production at OSU South Center. Why iron treatment? Because iron helps chlorophyll formation. And what kind of iron? Yes, which is soluble to water, because plant usually take iron as a ion, not as a iron ore. So that's why we need something nano or chelate iron, which will boost up the tomato production as well as the quality of tomato. At OSU South Center, we produce tomato with the help of nano iron and chelate iron. So what is chelate iron and what is nano iron? Nano iron is so small, their size is less than 100 nanometer. It's called nano. And chelate iron is a complex iron which slowly release from the soil and goes to the water plant body, and it boosts up the tomato production with the help of chlorophyll production. So that's why we have used nano and chelate iron. So if you look at the table 1, where nutrient intake by human from tomato produce at OSU South Center, we have calculated this amount. Like if you take like 200 gram of tomato per day, so you will get this kind of mineral and nutrient, and which will at least slightly fulfill the recommended daily allowance, which recommended by the FDA. How much? If you look at the chelate iron can contribute 0.07 gram 0.07 milligram of the daily gram of daily required zinc, and calcium 3.38 milligram per day. Okay, so this is the contribution. So if you take vegetables such as tomato, it not only fulfill your like a hungriness, like if you feel hungry you can take tomato, but it also indirectly contributing the nutrients needed for your good health. Look at the bottom of the table. Per day is 200 gram per daily. A serving size of tomato, regular fresh market tomato. If you take every day market fresh tomato 200 gram every day, you will get zinc 0.0 milligram per day, calcium 3.38 gram per day, which are very much required to keep you healthy. We have also analyzed a lot of things, especially sugar, because we always afraid of sugar in our food to keep up safe from diabetics. So if you look at the table, like soluble sugar from control means we didn't apply anything, any iron for the production of tomato. While we use nano iron and chelate iron, it gives sugar less than our regular tomato production. That is 5.3, and other two is 5.1 and 5.1. That is 5.1 gram per 100 gram of fresh market tomatoes. Taste. So what is the taste? Taste actually the normal production, taste is little bit higher than our nano iron and chelate iron treated tomatoes. Control iron gives 3.2 taste index. That means it has acid, that means sour and sweet. The food which is tasty, that means it has both sour and sugar. That mix up. That's why if you look at the acid percentage, there is a balance. But chelate iron give 0.6% of acid, but sugar is very less, 8.5. If you look at the table, sugar and acid ratio, so a ratio is less than our normal tomato. So that's why taste index is little bit higher. So what are the health benefits? If you take antioxidant every day, antioxidant has tremendous health benefit. It can prevent cardiovascular support, keeps skin healthy, supports bone health, improve vision, reduce hair problem, lowers blood sugar level. And antioxidant usually prevent cancer. That is the main advantage. It can prevent prostate cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, pancreatic cancer, colorectal cancer, oral cancer, endometrial cancer. So these are the advantages of having tomatoes every day. So you can prevent a lot of diseases. So tomato has antioxidant chemicals. So what kind of antioxidant present in tomato, which we produce at OSU South Center? We have analyzed in our laboratory. We have a very well-equipped laboratory under the soil, water, and bioresource energy program. The antioxidant we measured is a vitamin C, lycopene, flavonoids, beta carotene, and anthocyanin. So vitamin C has the advantage to decrease cholesterol from blood, prevention of anemia in pregnant women, reduce hypertension. Lycopene, maybe most of the people know about lycopene because the lycopene is available as a medicine in a medicine shop. Lycopene can inhibit cancer, especially prostate, breast, lungs, oral, and pancreatic. Flavonoid inhibit cardiovascular disease. Beta carotene prevent atherosclerosis disease and eye disease. And anthocyanin prevent cancer, dementia, and neuro diseases. If you look at the table where antioxidants in tomato produced at OSU South Center in response to nano and chelate iron. After applying of nano and chelate iron, we produce tomato and we analyze vitamin C, lycopene, beta carotene, total polyphenol, flavonoid, total anthocyanin, and antioxidant capacity. These all are antioxidants which are very much recommended chemicals needed every day to prevent cancer. If you compare the tomato control and chelate iron treated tomato, antioxidant capacity is much more higher with the chelate iron treated tomato, which is 1.68, while control like regular tomato production, we have the antioxidant capacity is 1.55. Lycopene, which is very, very important. So the lycopene, if you look at the concentration of lycopene, that is also chelate iron treated tomato gives relatively higher amount, which is 6.3 milligram per 100 gram of tomato. So what are the quality? The tomato produce, we have to measure, we have to understand the quality of the tomato produced at OSU South Center under the treatment of nano iron or chelate iron compared to control. So we have calculated the quality index. There is a complicated calculation. So from that calculation, we evaluated that chelated iron treated tomato has the higher quality compared to control and nano iron. So on which basis we have analyzed this quality index? Based on the antioxidant concentration in tomato, we calculated this and this quality index. In the USA, we usually take very little amount of tomato. If you look at the graph, the per capita consumption of fresh tomatoes in the United States from 2000 to 2001 in pounds. In the 2021, we only take 18.8 pounds of tomatoes daily. Just very little compared to the other countries all over the world. So we are not used to take too much tomato.
So Arif, just before you go on that last slide, that was for fresh tomato consumption only. But aren't we consuming a lot more tomatoes in processed products and pizza sauce and spaghetti sauce and ketchup and all kind of different uses of processed tomato? And then to follow on with that, that would tend to up the per capita consumption if you included that. And then is there any difference between the health benefits of processed tomato versus fresh tomato, if you have a idea on that?
Okay, thanks, Tom. That slide actually is overall tomato consumption, not specified like fresh market tomato, because these statistics they have provided is like a tomato, not only just a fresh tomato. Just like
so it's converted to fresh tomatoes equivalents then.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they measured everything. So
Okay.
that's how average is 18.8.
Okay. And then the antioxidant of the processed products, do you have an idea on that one? Whether that's
yes.
equal to fresh or not?
No, because fresh tomato has the antioxidant. Because if you process, if you heat up, something happens. So there is a chance to destroy the antioxidant quality.
Right. Okay. It can be decreased by the processing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Now I will talk about like what are the real effect of antioxidant for our human health. Antioxidant capacity requirement to prevent cancer. If you look at if a person eat 2,500 kilocalorie of carbohydrate per day, 25% usually unutilized the carbohydrate. So where it goes, the unutilized carbohydrate or energy sit inside the cell that create the cancer. So you have to degrade it, you have to destroy it. But how you will destroy this unutilized carbohydrate? That's why you need every day 10,000 micromole antioxidant capacity, which can minimize oxidative stress cancer. So that's why we need something every day antioxidant to prevent cancer. So who can provide these things every day? Vegetables and colored fruit. The vegetable, that means tomato is very cheap. It's available always. So that's why it can help.
Well, Arif, I thank you for this presentation on your research work here at South Centers and the health benefits and the relationship of the health benefits of tomato consumption relative to normal production using these different forms of iron. Very fascinating. And I think that the idea always goes that eating fruits and vegetables is a positive thing. I know that the enhancement that you've uncovered here with the use of iron is beneficial, but at the same time, overall, we're all better off if we eat our at least 5 a day, as we're recommended, or I think that may be up to 7 a day now, of fruits and vegetables that have color with them. So I'll give you the last word as we have to wrap up. We're just out of time.
Thank you, Tom. We want to disseminate our knowledge, what we are doing at South Center. Like we are trying to help the farmers at south of Ohio, southern part of Ohio, like what we are producing. So it will really help to the farmer, helpful to the farmers. And thank you, Tom, to giving me the chance to present our research to the people of Ohio. And we will keep continuing this kind of research because we have another research is going on, application of hydrogen peroxide for tomato production. So thank you, everyone.
All right. Thanks again, Arif. And to our audience, we wish you health. And until next time with another South Centers Chat.